Welcome back. As promised, here is the second video on AMC. We've already looked at the price and given some of my thoughts on the price that we have seen today. Very interesting movement if I do say so myself. But in this one, we're going to be looking at some of the research, some of the DD, both from Reddit and also from Ortex over on Twitter. Now you may have heard some of this before, some of this you may not have heard before, but obviously having it in this video, you can share it with your friends, you can share it with people who are interested in AMC, and hopefully get the word out there to as many people as possible, because we're trying to combine everything into this relatively short video. And again, more content will be coming tomorrow, so if I do miss anything, or if anything does get updated, in the next few hours, obviously another video will be coming at some point in the near future. But yes, I'm giving all of my thoughts and opinions in this video, as well as, like I said, sharing some of that information with you. Do subscribe, obviously help out the channel, it would be massively appreciated. And yeah, this is not financial advice, you probably knew that already, but I'm just going to say it for my safety and for yours as well. So before we do begin, one thing which I did find very, very interesting just a few moments ago, I was reading through the comments and I just heard another bot saying something about AMC and how we are all going to become bag holders. Now I find this quite funny, to be honest, because some of you guys may believe it is a case, and that's fine. If you want to short the stock, you absolutely can. Obviously I'm not telling you to do that, I'm not telling you not to do that, because I am not a financial advisor. But I find it funny with some of these bots because, back in the day, a few weeks and months ago, the bots were pretty alright. You could have actually been confused into selling your stock if you didn't know what was going on. But now the bots are just so awful. It's like if you want to have a bot out there and you're shorting the stock, at least make it believable. Don't make it so obvious. But there we go. That is the mentality of the shorts at the moment and how desperate they have got. So last night we looked at Clover and the involvement that Citadel has in that. Again, feel free to check that video out. I think that you may find it very interesting. But in this one, we're going to be going over to Ortex on Twitter first, and then I'll share some info from Reddit with you guys, because a lot of it over there is really, really interesting actually. Ortex on Twitter posted at 7:29 PM, this is UK time I do believe, on the 9th of June, which is clearly today. They posted that AMC Exchange reported short interest. Now this is a big deal. So for May the 28th, the exchange is reporting a short interest in AMC as 102.3 million shares. This is a larger number than expected, and it indicates to a higher than anticipated short interest in AMC. Huge, huge, huge news. Now it may not sound like too big of a deal for those of you who don't know, but obviously AMC is heavily shorted, and I don't think that is news for anybody at the moment. But what we now know is that AMC is much more heavily shorted than previously thought. I mean, yes, it is quite a large amount more, and I do think this is a big deal. Let's have a read at what some of the comments are saying, starting off with this from Ortex. So here we can see that the unexpectedly high short interest implies that the shares returned in this period were atypically not shorted shares, but instead shares that were borrowed but not shorted. So there you go, that tells you the context of where this is coming from. Now, a lot of people down below are saying some interesting things as well. This commenter is saying that it's actually the real people who already knew this. And again, we did have our suspicions that the number was higher than anticipated, but there you go. It is nice to have confirmation, as this person does post down there. So we see a lot of interesting stuff coming from the comments. I think it is really cool that Ortex have reported this. So a bit of confirmation from them. So this is their data of a short interest, which is higher than anticipated, which is really good, and it really could help us going forwards into that potential for a short squeeze. So now we're just going to go over to Reddit, because Reddit, as always, has the best DD. So for those of you guys who do ask me sometimes, whether it's in the comments or perhaps even on Discord, what I think to AMC, I have said it before to a lot of people in the comments. If you want to know, just go and look up some DD on Reddit, r/AMC stock, obviously Wall Street Bets as well, and some other forums. You can find out a lot about AMC, but this is coming from r/AMC, stock. And if we do have a look here, we have some interesting stuff here, and this is what I spoke about yesterday. This is talking about how Citadel has a stake in Clover, and again, this potentially could be used to distract people from the AMC and even the GME situation. Now, this is something which I spoke about a little bit in my earlier video, and I do believe it is somewhat the case. You know, a lot of these stocks are coming out now that people are calling the next short squeeze. This is going to be the next short squeeze. No, this is going to be the next short squeeze. Let's face it, guys. Why are we talking about the next short squeeze when the short squeeze for this stock hasn't even happened? It just doesn't make sense in my opinion, but there you go. So now we have some other information coming from this little article here. It says that there is a lawsuit against Apex, Fintech, Robinhood, DTCC, plus over 30 brokerages and clearing firms for manipulating AMC and GME for short sellers. If you do want to hear about it, it is down here. Let's go to the bit that was highlighted from this page, from this line rather to here. We're going to start at the start of the sentence, or at least start down here. So we can see that obviously Apex, along with 30 other brokerages and trading firms or clearing firms, including Morgan Stanley and all of these other firms, apparently engaged in coordinated conspiracy in violation of antitrust laws to prevent retail customers from operating freely in a conspiracy to allow certain of the other defendants, primarily hedge funds, to stop losing money on short sale positions in GameStop, AMC, and certain other securities. Now, I've said this before, guys, this is all just alleged, but from what I can tell, the writing is kind of on the wall. I mean, it has been for some time now. There's been so many slip-ups in this whole thing. I think it was ridiculous. As I have mentioned before, the short sellers are supposed to be professionals. What are they thinking at this stage? You know, if they'd have covered this one at perhaps $10 or maybe even a bit more than that, they could have gotten away with a lot more than what they actually did. Because if we think about it, guys, every single day that AMC is trading quite cheaply, and I know $50 per share is quite expensive, it's 5 times what it was like 2 months ago, but at the end of the day, $50 compared to like $300 with GME, every single day people are becoming more and more aware of the situation. The people who own are getting paid, they're getting their paychecks and they're buying more stock, and obviously that is going to help to create a supply and demand issue for the short sellers. And again, that could just help to force the price higher and higher if we do see that short squeeze. So this is really funny, to be honest. I do find it interesting that we are seeing that, and that is some good pieces of information coming from Reddit. Let's have a look at some other piece of information. I found a very interesting piece just a bit ago. Let's see if I can re-find it. Here we go. This is what I spoke about in our earlier video. So this is a full discussion article which was published 2 hours ago. Go and look it up if you do wish. But I'm just going to read out the title and give my quick thoughts and opinions on this part of the Reddit forum. So I spoke about this a bit ago in our earlier video. I spoke about GameStop and I spoke about the infamous Volkswagen squeeze as well. Now, the Volkswagen squeeze is the example here, and it says that Volkswagen traded downwards for 5 days before it actually squeezed. So I find that interesting to be the case, and again, AMC, we're seeing some downwards action. Some people are getting frustrated, but it is like that image. I always do say it in these videos, and I will continue to say it. I do believe it is like that image now. I will have to find that image and post it on perhaps Discord, or maybe even on the YouTube community tab. It's an image of a guy who is digging for diamonds and he is an inch away from breaking through to the diamonds. I believe that is what we are seeing with AMC now. We are coming so close. The price is already at 50, and again, with all of this information that we are seeing, it does not look good for these shorts. So let's have a look at what this piece of information is down here. Again, I find this funny as well. I can't imagine how stressful their lives are right now, obviously referring to these short sellers. Imagine the amount of money they're paying to keep this down. It must be a ridiculous ton. We're hearing these numbers come out all the time, as you will know. The numbers of how much short sellers have lost today, the numbers of how much short sellers have lost this week, this month, with these stocks. It is ridiculous. They're losing so much money. I really just don't understand it. But obviously, I am not a professional like these short sellers think that they are. Anyway, it speaks out here about how the past 5 months they have been, trying to short these stocks. As I have mentioned just a few moments ago, the pressure is actually increasing. These guys must be exhausted, this person states down here, and they just go on to a little bit more down here, which speaks about something which I mentioned as well. Trust the DD, enjoy the moment, breathe, relax, everything is going to be okay. Now again, I never give financial advice on this channel, but you guys will know it is the case just from a common sense standpoint. The people who are shorting AMC are millionaires, billionaires, and generally speaking hedge funds who obviously have billions if not trillions of dollars. They have a lot of money. Whereas me, you, and a lot of the people who are actually long on AMC, they're just the standard retail investor. They have a couple $1,000, pounds, euros, whatever currency. They don't have too much money. So obviously for those people, they have a lot to lose, the people who are short. For the people who are long, there is no fee to hold the stock. You guys will know that. There's a fee to short the stock, but there is no fee to hold the stock. And again, these people are just going more and more broke, and a lot of the people who are long on AMC don't really even have much to lose. I just find that interesting. I find the whole situation very, very unique as it really is. We've not really seen anything like this before ever, so it is going to be interesting to see what happens. We've had multiple sources saying that AMC could hit unimaginable highs. I do hope that is the case. And again, guys, I'll see you all again tomorrow to see what we do actually see. Thank you for watching. See you soon.